Hi dear students, Santosh here, and today I am going to deliver the lecture on water supply engineering, and which contains the multiple choice questions, that is MCQs, and that is very important as far as competitive examinations are concerned, as well as your regular degree and diploma courses. So let us start the concluding part of water supply engineering, and that deals with the multiple choice questions. And once again thanking you for subscribing my channel and requesting the others to subscribe my channel to get more and more ideas regarding civil engineering. So let us start the lecture. First MCQ is generally the maximum discharge from the dug well ranges from 20 cubic meter per hour. The options are 10, 15, 20 and 50 cubic meter per hour, but correct answer is 20 cubic meter per hour. The radius of influence, you know that radius of influence is the distance from the well and the point at which lowering of the water table will be maximum, not minimum or average or zero. It is maximum. The wells used by small town for public water supply are dug wells. म्हणजेच खणलेल्या विहिरी मराठीत. The suitable method for boring in hard rock, hard soil and boulder region is percussion method. It is not rotary, it is not core drilling, it is not jetting, but it is percussion method. All water that occurs below the surface of the earth is called as a groundwater or underground water or a surface water. All of the above are the correct. The coefficient of permeability is maximum for gravel. Why it is a maximum for the gravel? Because whites are more, so it is more permeable. The percentage of total pore volume to the total volume of the material is known as a porosity. Dug wells are preferred when they have to be used up to a depth of 20 meter, means 60 to 70 feet. The maximum yield from the tube well is generally about 200 liters per second. That is for tube well. If P is the present population and Pn is the population after n years and K is the average increase of population per year, then the formula Pn is equal to P plus Nk is related to arithmetical increase method. The water consumption will be higher if pressure in the distribution system will be more, quality of water will be good, and the living standard of the people is higher. Then the water consumption is automatically higher. So all the above are the correct. According to average Indian condition, the daily domestic demand of water per person or per capita is about 135 liters per capita per day. In city having population approximately as 8 lakhs, means generally nearby Solapur, the per capita demand of water per person is about 180 to 200 liters. The method which gives the quite accurate prediction of population is known as graphical method. There are different methods: arithmetical increase, geometrical increase, incremental increase, but the graphical method gives more accurate prediction. The percentage in between domestic demand of water with respect to total consumption of water will be approximately 50%. On platinum cobalt scale, the permissible color in domestic water should be 10 to 20 ppm. ppm means parts per million, and it is mg per liter also, that is also part per million. The water suitable for domestic supply should have a temperature less than 26 degrees. The permissible turbidity in the domestic water is 5 to 10 ppm, that is parts per million. The permissible odor in domestic water should be no objectionable odor. The turbidity in water is due to presence of particles of silt and clay, not due to particles of sand, not due to bacteria, but it is due to particles of silt and clay. Then next, the permissible solids in domestic water are 500 to 1000 ppm. So you must know these values. The permissible biochemical oxygen demand, that is BOD of domestic water, should be nil. The BOD should be nil. The permissible pH value of the domestic water is 7 to 8.5. You know that. The turbidimeter, which gives the direct reading in ppm, is known as a Jackson's turbidimeter. The impurities suspended in water will be held in suspension by virtue of turbulence or currents of water, is the principle of sedimentation. You know that. The zone which is designed in such a fashion so that incoming water should be uniformly distributed on full width of settling tank is known as an inlet zone. The process of causing heavier solids in suspension to settle by retaining water in a basin is known as a sedimentation. The theoretical time for which water is detained in settling basins or sedimentation tank is called as a detention period. It is not a basis period or settling period, it is detention period. The path of the particle in sedimentation tank will be a parabolic. You must know that. The dosage of coagulant will be depend upon the turbidity of water also, pH value also, and color also. So all are above are the correct answers for MCQ. Coagulant should be used if the turbidity of water is more than 50 ppm. The best coagulant for removing the color of water is alum. You know that alum means tulti. In sedimentation tank, the velocity of flow generally does not exceed than 30 cm per minute. The tank which is generally used for plain sedimentation is of rectangular type. In rectangular sedimentation tank, the ratio in between width and length should not be less than 1:4. I studied that in my diploma course of engineering, and I already told you in my lecture of sedimentation. The first stage in water treatment is sedimentation. The organic impurities are converted into simple and harmless compounds due to biological action. The meter commonly used for domestic service and small trade supplies involving small quantities of water to be measured is semi-positive meter. The second stage in water treatment is filtration. The required depth of sand bed in the rapid sand filter should be 0.6 to 0.75 meter or 60 to 75 centimeter. The required depth of sand bed in slow sand filter should be 60 centimeter to 90 centimeter or 0.6 to 0.9 meter. In rapid sand filters, the depth of tank varies in between 3 to 3.5 meter. Air binding can be prevented by avoiding increase in water temperature, avoiding excessive negative head, and the control of algae growth. All above are the correct for the prevention of air binding. Slow sand filter can be used for filtering water if its turbidity is not more than 50 ppm. The required percentage of total water available for washing the filter of slow sand filter is 2 to 5%. The size of 1 unit of slow sand filter is 30 meter by 60 meter. The size required is more for slow sand filter. The period of cleaning for slow sand filter is 2 to 3 months. The period of cleaning of rapid sand filter, it required less time, that is 24 to 48 hours, means 1 to 2 days. The process of killing the effective bacteria from the water and making it safe for drinking purpose is known as a disinfection. The water sample not having iron, manganese, nitrates as an impurity should be tested for residual chlorine by orthotolidine test. You must know that orthotolidine test. Okay. If the water having germs leads to epidemics in the town or city, then the best and economical method for disinfection of water is by boiling the water. पाणी उकळून प्या असं म्हणतात. That is very important for disinfection. The chlorine added beyond the back point for the safety of public against some disease is known as a superchlorination. The presence of ozone in the water is indicated by light yellow color. Ozone is indicated by light yellow color. The system which has to be adopted when the source of supply such as lake or an impounding reservoir is at higher level is known as a gravity system. When the water source is located at higher level and town is located at lower level, that is best situation, and we adopt the gravity system. So it is economical. Generally, height of standpipe should be more than 15 meter. The safe and most reliable system in the distribution of water is the gravity system. Standpipes are provided with single inlet and outlet pipes. The system which is most suitable for irregular developed town or cities is dead end system. The standpipes are made up of steel or reinforced concrete and in plan are circular. The system which is not common in India is radial system. The ring system is in India, dead end system is in India, gridiron system is in India, but radial system is rare. In India, the storage of water for firefighting or fire on the basis per capita is generally taken about 5 liters per capita, means per person. The system which is cheap in the initial cost, easy in determination of discharge and pressure at any point in the system, we already discussed, it is dead end system. The system which is more advantageous with the direct indirect system is radial system. Generally, green grass lawns are provided at the top of reservoirs in order to protect the water from heat and cold, and generally these are provided on RCC or masonry reservoirs. The system which collects the water from the surface source and then discharge the collected water by means of pump or directly to the treatment system of water is known as a intake, and the pipe is called as a rising main. When water is static, then the intake which is used is called as a piled crib intake. Some well is lower portion of the intake in which water enters from the penstock. Such type of intakes are called as a river intake. The intake which is useful where there are no wide fluctuations and constant head is required at intake when river is also not too wide is called as a cross weir intake. The structures which are constructed for transportation of water from the source of supply situated at a distance apart from the town or city is known as a conduit. Trapezoidal section is best for canal gravity conduits. The allowable average velocity in canal gravity conduit is 0.5 to 0.9 meter per second, and the permissible velocity in the pipe pressure conduit is 0.6 to 0.9 meter per second. The intake which is not suitable for big water supply schemes or on the rivers or reservoirs and draw only small quantity of water is called as a lake intake. The permanent hardness of the water can be removed by lime soda process also, base exchange process also, and demineralization process also. Then the correct answer for this MCQ is D. All the above are correct. The name of wall which is provided at all dead ends in the distribution system as well as at all depressions in the mains is called as a drain wall. So this is the part first, I think so. I am going to deliver the part second also for water supply engineering, and I think these two parts are enough for preparation of your competitive examinations. So I am going to cover the next topic as declared earlier as estimating and costing, or I will go for sewage treatment or wastewater treatment. That is also part of your curriculum. So sanitary engineering, water supply engineering is also important, and sanitary engineering also important. I am going to cover the sanitary engineering, or I may go for estimating and costing. So till then, bye bye, and thank you for watching my channel. Thank you, and also thanks for subscribing my channel. Thanks.